Hi, I'm here at London Film and Comic Con 2012 with Martin Kove, who is mostly known for his work in the Karate Kid films and also with First Blood with Sylvester Stallone. So Martin, how's the convention going for you so far today?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I'm having a good time. Everybody here is so well educated with films. They all know films. They're big Cagney and Lacey fans, you know, and I think Cagney and Lacey was better received here than it was in the States. And it's very enjoyable, and all the people, they're big, you know, Hard Time on Planet Earth fans, series I did after that. And of course everybody's a standard Rambo, Karate Kid, you know, enthusiast. But I enjoy being here. I enjoy walking around London, and I wish I had some more time. I'm in the middle of a movie, so I've got to go back. But I really, you know, I think Jason Joyner is terrific, and the organizers here, and, you know, Andrew and all, they're really, it's a well done, it's a big show. It's a well done show, and everybody has, you know, the vendors, and I've been to some big shows. This is my first European show, and I like to come back. I find that, you know, just everybody's very enthusiastic about one's career, and they're very, you know, intuitive about what you need, and they take care of you.
So, this said you're working on a film at the moment. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what your character is?
Well, I'm working on an internet western, which is, we shoot every couple of months. We shoot this very, very surreal internet western called Six Gun Saviors. And I'm currently shooting, working on a film called Jet Set with Michael Pare and Eric Roberts. And just finished a movie called Snapshot, which is about a compromising photograph of the First Lady. And it's a friend of mine, Eric Edabari, that I did a movie called Bare Knuckles that's been all around. So there's a lot of things going on, but I'm trying to get, you know, the Western rejuvenated. So I'm spending a lot of time with that. And I'm, you know, just did a couple of plays and trying to just break it up with events like this one.
I know you've got another film that you've been working on at the moment. It's quite an unusual title. It's called Bring Me the Head of Lance Henriksen. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that, because I was very interested in the idea.
They were actually casting Hatfields and the McCoys in the casting office there. And I love Hatfields and McCoys, and I went there and I was, you know, had a test for it. And it was a Kevin Costner deal for the History Channel. And then the director, Michael Worth, who he and I did a movie called To Be the Best, and he said, we're doing a thing about Lance, and you know Lance a long time, and he created this whole improvised deal, no script, just actors who know Lance Henriksen to improvise about him. And I did that, and we had a great scene. It was a lot of fun. And you know, Michael's a director. I've worked for him before, and I'd like to see what this movie's about. You know, if I didn't know the players, I'd say, well, please, I'm not going to do something I don't, you know, have a script to. But it sounds like a bizarre idea. Bring me the head of, I mean, it's like bring me the head of a, you know, what was the other one that Sam Peckinpah did that was great? Bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia.
Well, thanks. I think if we could go back maybe to talk a bit about your career over the past years, especially the films that, you know, people know you for and what they're here for today. So we talk about what was that working on the Karate Kid series for you personally? I mean, you're involved with all three films.
Well, this movie, I mean, no one ever thought it would be the iconic film that it became. And 25 years later, you talk about, especially the new release on Karate Kid on the disc, we talk about the way of Karate Kid 1, the way of Karate Kid 2, and that's all of our opinions. Jerry Weintraub, John Avildsen, very spiritual opinion from Pat Johnson, the stunt coordinator. And, you know, it's really interesting that we never thought, to me it was just another heavy, you know. I was doing Cagney and Lacey at the time, and I didn't make much of it. And I go now to a variety of places, you know, conventions and all. People say they're into martial arts because of the performance of John Kreese. And you really feel humbled by that. It brings you to your knees. I've met, you know, 5-time world champions. I've met the grand marshals. And they all say you've enhanced karate from what you've done as John Kreese. And to me, it's just an actor. And it really brings me to my knees to hear this from people. So So I guess you wish you had more iconic movies like this under your belt. Years ago, I think if you were lucky like Humphrey Bogart, you had Casablanca, you had Treasure of Sierra Madre, you had Maltese Falcon. Now it's really rough to get a classic under your belt.
I don't think there's a lot of movies today that will stand the test of time the way that these classic films do. Another one you've worked on as well is Sylvester Stallone. What was it like working with him as an actor?
Sylvester Stallone? Well, we knew each other a long time. I followed Karate Kid 1 with Rambo 2, and he and I knew each other years ago. We first came out sort of the same time, and we did Death Race 2000 together and Capone with Ben Gazzara. We had an old German clockmaker who was our personal manager named Kuno Spoonholtz. Very funny. And Kuno would get me jobs like a Santa Claus in a department store. And he would get slide jobs like, ushers in a theater. And we just, we kept moving forward and all. Working on Rambo with him was a lot of fun. We had a good time, but it was a very tense set. It was tight. Everybody, a lot of stuff went on. Big action picture. And it set the pace for One Man Against the World movies. And after that, everybody started making them, including Steel Justice that I did, So it was a very interesting experience, and I'm glad it did as well as Karate Kid. And, it's nice to have a duo like that.
So when you were working on Karate Kid, there's a story about the stunt that went wrong with the glass window in the car. Could you elaborate a bit about that for us?
Well, the special effects man, was supposed to break the glass about an inch before your hand reaches it, and it shatters it, and then you go right through the van, which is the glass of the window. But it kept, I would jab punch, and I would lunge punch actually, and I'd keep hitting the glass, but it wouldn't break. It wasn't supposed to break. It was supposed to break before I reached it. So he said it'll break this time, so I just sort of punched. I didn't lunge, and sure enough, it didn't. And I gave enough strength that I went right through the glass, the real glass. Shards of glass was sticking through my hand. So in the movie, going through the window is real. And I came out. We tried it a couple more times after they bandaged me up. It didn't work. So I turned to John Avildsen, the director, and I said, "John, this is not the hand of the Terminator and Arnold's hand. It's my real hand." So we wrapped. We used that take. And the next day, me coming out of the van after I punch him, it's fake, But it was quite a bizarre situation.
You were saying a lot about the 80s action films, and obviously there is this homage to them now, the Expendables 2, which is just about to be released. Have you ever expressed a wish to be involved with any of those? Or
Yeah, I mean, originally Avi Lerner wanted me to be part of the Avengers 2, the Expendables 2. But, there was a lot of karate characters in that already. He had Jason, and he had Chuck is in it. And he has, what's his name? We did Bloodsport. Yeah, you got Van Damme. So there's got a lot of karate characters in there, But I would have loved to have been in it. And, and the head of the studio there wanted me. But it's Sly's call. It's his movie.
Well, they're turning it into a franchise now, so I'm sure that they'll possibly do another sequel. Hopefully you'll get a chance to go there and do that. But obviously you also worked on a lot of TV shows over the years. Are there any of those that particularly stand out for you as being favourites that you worked on? You worked on a lot of classic TV shows over the years, such as obviously Cagney and Lacey and a lot of others. Are there any memories you've got of those that you particularly enjoy working on?
Cagney and Lacey was always wonderful. I mean, great people, and we all just stood by each other, and we all stay in touch with each other. And it was one of the first shows about two women who, they never shot their guns like Bronson or Eastwood, but that's who they were. But it was current event issues, and the public wasn't ready for a series like that. It was ahead of its time, and the quality of the work was superb. And I still stay in touch with Sharon Glass and Tyne Daly, and Al Waxman passed away, Bobby Hedges passed away. But we're always good friends on that show, and great memories, 6 years on television together, and I wish we could do it again. I'd love to do a series now. I did Hard Time on Planet Earth, my own series, which unfortunately was written by the people who wrote The Predator. And then once it was aired, the show didn't have the edge The Predator had. And it was a similar concept about an alien. So you just have to play it by ear and hope you get on a show that's really good, with good showrunners, you know. Good talking to you.
Thanks very much, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.